Bonjour à tous, bonjour à toutes. I am very grateful to be here to honor Lynn today. And it is my pleasure to honor Lynn with On My One sculpture. To honor Lynn, my friend, my soul sister. It is thanks to Protozoa that we met in 76, 36 years ago. You had organized an international meeting grouping eminent protozoologists at the university in Boston, where you reside. I was a young protozoologist working on dinoflagellate protists, especially on their cell biology, in a marine laboratory located south of France, close to the Mediterranean Sea. I had just deciphered and published in Nature the complex and always condensed structure of their chromosomes, deprived of usual basic histone proteins and of nucleosomes. For this purpose, I had spread chromosomes on water and demonstrated their regular and hyper-twisted structure observed with the help of transmission electron microscope. So in 76, you invited me to this meeting in Boston, during which we created the International Society for the Study of Evolution of Protists, the first ISEP, proliferating space, mixing protist systematicians, cell biologists, or molecularists, all studying in an evolutive context. I continued by myself the work of the great biologist and protozoologist Edouard Chaton, ex-director of the laboratory Argo in Banyuls, and his famous pupil André Lvov, specialist of ciliates, and who became Nobel Prize winner. Between Lynn and me, it was a mutual love at first sight, and it has always been during all these years. The year after, in 77, you came to Banyuls, where you met André and Marguerite Lvov in their magnificent house, Le Mas Guillaume. You can see Lynn and André Lvov and myself. Lynn and the Nobel Prize winner. Discussing during hours, our Nobel Prize and my last master, André, gave you the nickname of the terrible Lynn, la terrible Lynn, because you were permanently asking questions to him. After many discussions, we went into the vineyards to collect termites in the stocks. Two species of termites are living in Banyuls, Calothermes flavicolis and Reticulothermes lucifugus. You were already interested by the spirochete living in symbiosis with the flagellates digesting wood in the digestive tract of termites. And you had the idea that spirochete represented a stage of the cell motility acquisition, a kind of pre-flagellum. So spirochetes became your model to imagine a part of the symbiotic theory of the cell elaboration. This is Flagellates of Termites drawn by Edouard Chaton for his students, and one, Hexamitus, was used by Lin and co-authors in a recent paper on the last eukaryotic common ancestor. You had offered me the original drawing of the schematic representation of your symbiotic cell theory. I will give this draw to your children. It is during your stay at my home in Banyuls that my ex-husband said to you the famous sentence you repeated in Boston laboratory, because I worked too hardly with dinoflagellate chromosome structure and electron microscope, I did not marry a chromosome. Later, in '83, I organized in Banyuls the 5th ISEP meeting, where more than 60 people attended, all of different nationality. This meeting succeeded to the publication of a book I co-edited with you and John Corliss, Evolutionary Protistology, the Organism as Cell, followed by your magistral Handbook of Protoctists, co-edited by you, Michael Chapman and Michael Melkonian. These books were followed by numerous others. You can see on this picture Lynn at right, Peter Westbrook, André Lvov, Professor Oppenheimer, myself, and other people. But our friendship was not just built on scientific basis. My children, Valérie and Nicolas, and my nephew, François, went to your house either in Boston or in Amherst. Your children, Dorian and Jennifer, and James, Antonio, your grandchild, came in my houses, either in Banyuls or in Collioure. You have also helped me to realize this great project, not yet achieved, of a book in French and in English about the life and the protistologic works of Edouard Chaton and his pupil André Lvov. Patently, you have helped me to correct my text, to select the best pictures, essentially the beautiful original color course boards drawn by Chaton for his students, as well as his ideas and hypotheses, accompanied by original pictures in black and white of their lives, extracted from the archives of the Laboratoire Arago. Joined are also original paintings of these two great scientists, because they were also excellent artists, especially Lvov, who exhibit in prestigious galleries in Paris, giving always the amount of the sales to the Pasteur Weizmann Institute. With my co-author, Joseph Schrevel, another protozoologist, we decided to dedicate you this book for that you wrote the foreword. I cannot resist to the pleasure to read you the 4 words wrote by Lynn for our future book, and who reflects well her thinking on this master of protozoology, Edouard Chaton, and that she owed to him, translated also in her co-signed paper published in PNAS about the last eukaryotic common ancestor. What a joy to participate in this gorgeous work, to bring Chaton's contribution 2 generations forward to those who will be enlightened by its beauty and insight. Knowledge so classical as the life history of the Apicomplexan Plasmodium falciparum, documentation of the evolution of mitosis in underrepresented protists, and the distinction between bacteria and nucleated cells are so fundamental that generations of scientists, even the public, simply accept this fact as truth. Chaton's lifetime of original research finally will become known to the rest of us who can see this book not only as a work of art, but as a document of the enormity of Chaton's gift to the scientific knowledge. It is the draft of the book. I would like, finally, my dear Lynn, to pay you an affectionate, grateful, and admiring homage. You contributed with maestria and perceptiveness to shed light on the evolution of cell, on the evolution of protist, on the evolution. Lynn, your body today is deceased, but your work remains more alive than ever. Thank you.